Welcome to the YouTube channel Farming Indoors. Today's video is going to be progress on the Oriental tobacco. Temperature and humidity are currently at 25 degrees Celsius and 58% humidity. Using this 300 watt LED grow light. These are the Oriental tobacco plants. They've been transplanted into these 5-gallon pots now for a couple weeks, I guess. Since these came up as seedlings in the small starter trays, this is roughly about a month in. These tobacco plants are now probably about 16 inches high. I just watered them just before I started making this video. I just usually run the watering system until some water runs out the bottom, and then I turn it off, and they're usually good for a couple of days, so that way I don't overwater. These tobacco plants started flowering a few days ago, so I immediately got rid of the flowers. I'm not planning to save any seeds from these plants, and getting rid of the flower cluster helps the rest of the leaves get bigger. Also, this particular variety of tobacco has quite a bit of suckering, especially after you remove the flower tops. And the suckers are these little tiny leaves that start to grow out of these intersects at the stalks. And near the top, I've actually had the tobacco plant has been trying to grow another flower top to produce seeds and survive. So I've been picking the suckers off. This will help the leaves get bigger. These plants are, like I said, about 30 days from when they sprouted above the surface. So they're growing pretty vigorously. I'm running the light 16 hours a day. And I've got the light pretty close, so they're getting quite a bit of light per day. Almost as much as if they were growing in sunlight in the summer. So these plants will probably be mature in about another 20 to 30 days. I think the maturity is about 50 to 60 days, maybe 70 days after they're transplanted. So we'll see how it goes. These are looking pretty healthy. These plants aren't very big. The leaves are starting to get kind of sticky, which means there's some nicotine content. But these typically don't get as big. These, under ideal conditions, they would only get to about 3 feet tall. They're a smaller variety of tobacco. And they're a milder variety of tobacco. The nicotine content is anywhere from between 1 and 1.5%. And usually this tobacco is blended with burley or Virginia to make the blend milder. And it has a slightly different taste. It's hard to describe, but it's a lighter taste than the Virginia or the burley. So it's good to blend with pipe tobaccos, and it's also, American cigarettes are typically burley, Virginia, and maybe some Oriental tobacco to even out the blend and make the cigarettes a little bit less strong. So I think that's about it for today's video. If you have any comments, leave a comment in this comment section below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.